over.
Bit over?
Bit over. Hey everybody, welcome to the Kingdom Live, coming at ya on Wednesday.
Yep.
We've got a cracking topic today. It's a question we get asked quite often. What is better, digital digital or traditional media? I just got lost in my head.
Try that again. So what is better?
What is better, digital or traditional media?
Fantastic stuff.
Oh, hi Adam, how are you?
Hi, good, thanks for having me. Yeah, we're late.
Oh well.
Yeah, been on the road.
What's better?
What's better?
What's the problem?
Okay, so the problem is that obviously for many, many years, traditional media has been the way to advertise. So you put your ad on TV, you put your radio, you do catalogues, billboards. Pretty much, they're the things which you call traditional media. Newspaper, magazine, so anything that's kind of traditional. Make sense?
Good, okay. There endeth the lesson.
Yeah, traditional media. So stuff that's actually come to us with tradition. So then you've got digital media, which is a lot easier to describe. So it's anything pretty much on a screen. So digital media. And so it's fair to say you can easily categorize and say websites, Google AdWords, SEO. Then you've also got Facebook marketing, Twitter, all these different pixel tracking, all these digital things that are actually out there which allow you to market using your computer and of course the internet, which is super exploded. It all started when obviously Yahoo was invented first.
Right.
We had Netscape browsers and Yahoo back in the 80s, 90s. And then from there, Google came along and that was pretty awesome. But the huge explosion point was not WAP on the mobile phone. It wasn't WAP. It was the Apple iPhone in 2007, the invention of the smartphone that allowed us to carry around the internet in our hand and browse whenever we wanted to and discover whatever website page we wanted to and transact like crazy 24/7. That's been the big change, and that's been very much the pivot point where traditional media versus digital media becomes a big issue.
Okay. So you've kind of encompassed the first couple of questions we've got there.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to throw a new one in here. Why is it a conundrum for people?
It's a big conundrum because the traditional methods don't work like they used to. And so they're still trying to extract the same sort of money for you, but of course less people are reading the newspaper, less people listen to radio, they listen to podcasts instead. Very few people are watching free-to-air TV despite what they tell you, even though the free-to-air TV stations are saying people are still watching it, the ads are still valuable. Well, let's think about our consumption methodology. The minute the ad comes on TV, what have you got in your hand? Zan, what have you got in your hand?
Oh, I've got my phone. Got my phone while I'm watching it.
While you're watching, and you've probably got your laptop as well.
Yep, definitely.
Laptop, phone, so devices are being used at the same time as television is being watched, if it actually is free to air. Yeah. The Olympics was really difficult on us consumers because we got pummeled with ads non-stop. But we, after a quick day, worked out how to get around the watching the ads, so you just do something different.
So this doesn't happen very often, but to me, you've missed the obvious thing.
Great, go for it.
ROI.
Return on investment, exactly, yeah. What's the ROI?
Well, yeah. So you can't, how do you know how many people came to your website because of your radio ad?
Correct, that is a very big problem. So if you do have a radio ad, and look, don't get me wrong, we're not against traditional media, but it's different. It's a different planet. We're absolutely not all for it though. I think it's a big thing. Radio, if you spend $3,000 to $4,000 on radio, then how do you actually know if it's working? Now, the radio reps are going to sell you a big package and say how amazing it is, but at the end of the day, are you getting sales from it? Now, for some businesses, this works. It absolutely works. There's nothing wrong with that.
Tell us some examples. That's my next question.
You love the National Tiles guy on radio.
Oh, Frank Walker.
See, I didn't listen to radio, so I don't know.
It's an interesting one because my children, as well as many other children that I know, spend quite a lot of time mimicking him.
In the car.
In the car. Because that's the only time when my radio is on. So for my 7-year-old child to be mimicking, it's kind of a gag as opposed to we're going to see him for tiles.
Absolutely, yeah. So what you're seeing there is a combination of the medium versus the product working well. And look, the football is a very good example too. Live sport. That on radio is powerful, okay? But it depends on your product, depends what it is. So this is where you get this whole versus situation, digital, traditional, what works. And so what we're going to help you with is a couple of different things, a couple of different tips to actually understand how you can get them both working for you.
Okay, so when should I use one over the other?
Excellent question, Zan. So
okay.
Moe, cha-ching.
Thank you.
So look, they all have a place, okay?
Yeah.
Now, the one thing that determines all this is that let's look at consumer habits, right? What is the consumer habit? What is the buyer journey for your product? Because it's all going to be different. There's no one rule.
Yeah.
What is a definite though is discovering and understanding the buyer journey. Now, if your product is very much sold by learning and teaching and understanding via the internet, then digital is going to be very, very powerful in the space. Search, making sure you've got organic touch points, making sure your website's amazing, inbound marketing, making sure you're telling the story, building trust is perfect for those businesses that have a product that requires some sort of research. And there's a lot of that. There's a lot of business. But let me tell you now, buying toothpaste as you walk into the mall, no, not at all. Right? So toothpaste is, you don't get on your phone and work out the active ingredients in toothpaste and who's got the best. It doesn't happen.
Not
so
generally.
in that situation, TV advertising, building brand alliance, in-mall advertising, those types of things are going to be potentially more powerful. So that's what I'm saying, is you've got to understand the horses for courses argument.
Sure.
Now, but what we do see though is a lot of blind investment in traditional medium and forgetting the digital side of things, or doing a very poor job of the digital. A good example of this is one of our former customers who spent almost $1 million a year on TV advertising in one station and had a very poor sales experience and a very poor website.
Yeah.
Okay. And so those two don't work together. They need to complement. They've got to complement, because one of the things you can be sure of is that if you're advertising in the traditional medium space, they're going to go to your website.
Yeah.
And so you've got to have an amazing banging website to make sure you convert or assist the conversion process. Yeah. That's very, very important. You've got to have a great website.
Okay. I think what I should do is prepare for another session and come up with a couple of industry sectors or some businesses and fire them at you, and you could throw back
let's get some questions. You guys out there can give us some questions. And we've actually got a deal going at the moment, Zan, where if you have a question, you can actually get an entire show dedicated to your question.
Wow.
I know, unbelievable, isn't it? Very exciting.
Very special. So what about the big bang question, the dollars, the cost?
Yep.
What's the ROI and where do I see the difference and the benefits, I guess, in that outlay?
Yeah, so if you're an SMB, small medium business, then definitely I think digital's the way to go. Average cost in our head, $1 a click for a Facebook ad, incredible. Twitter or Google AdWords, that sort of investment, super powerful.
Yeah.
But if you're a business that's selling to mass market, so for example, Homestart. So we've got a friend of ours who's a client who advertises, always uses TV for them because it's a huge marketplace. If he's trying to get to 700,000 South Australians via digital, it's very, very expensive, whereas TV kills it. Yeah. And so it once again depends entirely on your buyer journey and the type of market you're trying to attract and where it is. But I think that the only thing you can take out of all this is you've got to have a banging website to match it.
Absolutely.
Whatever you do, you've got to have a banging website.
So the buyer journey, I think that's a great topic for another day. But where do you start with that? Like, it's your personas, isn't it? It's looking at who's researching and what are they looking for and what pages are they already looking at on your website, and then working out if you need more of them. It's the questions that we talk about all the time.
Yeah, it's the hear and say of marketing. We've talked about this a bit. We've got a great blog post on it. It'll be in the links below in the show notes. A little bit weird down there on the carpet.
Wow.
The thing is that it's very much a case of working out what's going to work for you, the right mix.
Yeah.
But most importantly, you've got to be talking about how you help the customer.
Yeah.
Right. And so how you help the customer is really important. The hear and say of marketing, working out what's going to be done. It's all about the customer. It's not how great you are. People are turned off by that.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Well, thank you very much. Very informative. We do have an app of the day today, which is a little bit exciting. It's a new one.
So I don't have to make it up on the spot?
No, I literally have just downloaded this on my phone and used it in two separate applications. So it's very exciting. It's eye scanner.
Like?
No.
Like an optometrist?
I as in iPhone.
So not what an optometrist do. Right, okay. I need to see some. I need glasses.
And it basically scans a document and converts it into a PDF that you can then store on your phone. And then
get out.
I know, right?
Really?
Yeah.
It's like the paper port back in the late 80s.
So this might surprise you, don't have a scanner in this office, but I've had the need to scan a document and send it off to someone overseas twice. So I have just done it in like 3 seconds. It's super exciting.
That is
exciting. Free eye scanner.
Is it
Dinky Die Aussie.
Is it EYE?
Eve.
Is it EYE?
No, it's eye. Scanner.
As an E for igloo.
Yes,
okay.
Eye scanner.
Because it could be EYE.
As I've written there.
Okay, eye scanner it is.
We might pop a link into the notes as well for the app. But we're also featuring our apps of the day on our other blog, which...
Haven't built it yet though.
Oh.
It's coming.
Coming soon.
The whole entire blog, which is
dedicated to app of the day.
So every one of these apps is going to have its own page.
Awesome.
It's going to be so exciting.
Cool. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow. We have been Zan and Adam from The Kingdom. If you'd like to see any of our other episodes, you can do so by viewing them at thekingdom.com.au/the-kingdom-live. See you tomorrow.
Bye.